Hello, I wanted to talk about today abundance. I like to listen to affirmations while I'm doing my hair and makeup, and I think it's a good way to start your day, and also you're already looking at yourself in the mirror, so why don't you look at yourself in a loving way? And, people might think it's really silly, and they think, you're just so up yourself if you're just saying that I love you. Why wouldn't you say I love myself? I think when you create good habits, follow through with your routines, and are consistent on the things that you do, you have a lot of self-trust, and self-love comes with that. Now, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about abundance. And there was a thing in the affirmations that was saying that, there is an abundant life, there's an abundance of opportunities. And sometimes it doesn't really feel like that. People say, oh, yeah. And we can live in a real scarcity mindset. It's so weird because I think this world is truly just a simulation, and it truly is just what you produce in your mind and the energy field that you, kind of put out. The energy you put out is really what you get back. I've always said that. I said that since I was 9 years old, which is so crazy, so profound to say at 9 years old. I would always say you are what you eat, and it really is true. You are what you eat in terms of, but you're not just are what you eat, you are what you read, you are what you watch, you are what you surround yourself with, and you need to think abundantly. If you want opportunities and things to happen to you, if you want a quantum leap, if you want to push yourself and see how far you can go, you need to see that there's an abundance. And now, so the thing that I've been saying to myself recently is that the more action I take, God will look after me. Because I have noticed when I am avoidant, when I am negative, when I don't do the things that I'm supposed to do for my business and for myself, I don't have opportunities. Things don't happen. Things don't move. And you could just say that's what happens naturally. Naturally, if you're going to do action, something progresses. Every action has a reaction. Of course, yeah, I can understand that. But I truly believe that God is going to look after me in this season that I'm in. God, the universe, whatever you want to call him, it's easy, or it, they, them, I don't know. You know how it is. Whatever you want to say, that's your version. And when I say that God is going to look after me, the reason that I'm saying this is because at the moment I am building out my dream course to help creators basically create confidence and create content and create their own life. And the reason that it got me to this is because of one thing that kind of happened, is that I was helping out, what am I saying right now? The reason that it got me to this is because I was having a conversation with my housemate's sister. She happened to be over from another state. She was staying with us, and she saw me, going to the gym, listening to my podcasts, kind of prepping my meals, and she was super interested, and she was what do you, how do you have so much energy to do everything? And I was I just the self-trust of looking after myself, of course. And she said, oh, do you think I should just join the gym? And I said, no, don't do that. And the only reason I said that was because I was don't overwhelm yourself. You need to start really, really small. Just do some baby steps first. And the baby steps was, I said to her, go and do a 45-minute walk every day. See if you can commit to that first. Because I think what we do is we overwhelm ourselves a little bit with things, right? And so anyway, she does this 45-minute walk. I said, go right now. So she went. And then every single day she stayed with us afterwards. She got up and did the 45-minute walk. I think she was up earlier than me one morning, and it was 6 a.m. or something. And I heard her get up, and then she got back, and I was lying in bed, or I just got up and I was lying there just on my phone. She's I got up and did the 45-minute walk. I was good on you, sis. And that's usually equates to about 10,000 steps depending on how fast you walk. So I was cool, get your 10K in. Great, perfect. Then she obviously flew back to her state, lives there. And she calls me like a month later and she's like, oh, guess what? I've joined the gym and I'm doing Pilates like you said I should. And I'm just like trying out all these things. And every time I don't feel like going, I think of your voice in my head. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. It makes me so happy that I could help somebody. And then, a few months after that, she calls me again and we're just having a chat. And she's like, I'm down like 3 kgs. I feel really good. She was looking gorgeous. She had makeup on. She's like, yeah, I get ready every day. And, I try and look, just like pretty and dressed up and nice. And also she's got a daughter. So her radiating that confidence and that thing that she's doing just for herself it's going to be a ripple effect. Her daughter will see it, her husband will see it, people will see it. And she's like, I got a job and I'm like meeting people now and I feel really, and I'm like, whoa, who are you? You're not the person that I was speaking to 3 months ago. And so in that moment, I realized that I just need to help people. I love that. I love that about her. And, that was the tipping point because I'd been thinking about doing this for so long and now it's finally here. But we're speaking on like abundance and how that moment was so abundant. That energy was so abundant. And I had to reframe so many things for myself in the past like 3 months. I've been working really, really hard to reframe my mindset on abundance. That there is an abundance of opportunities. There's abundance of people that I can help. I had a bit of a wobble like yesterday and was like, what if nobody's going to listen to me? What if I just sound stupid? And I was like, no, there's people out there that are going to need my help. There's an abundance of people. There's an abundance of opportunity. I kept saying that. And the only way that I can see that abundance is through action. That's the only way. That's why I said, God will look after me if I just keep actioning. Like, the more action I take, God will look after me. I know that. I know that now. I sat down and I started editing content till 11 p.m. I did that. I got brand deals. I, felt good in the morning because I was like, okay, I posted the content I needed to post. I've got quite a few edits done. Like, yeah, okay, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm like in a better momentum. I can get up this morning and I can actually do the work that I need to do. So just showing yourself through your actions that there will be abundance. I've had to reframe so many things about, money. It's like, I don't need to have I've like always for some reason always capped myself at a certain amount of making money and I don't know what it is. And it's obviously old programming of that's all I could make. But I can make so much more, I know that. And it's not about having this like overflow of money and being, I don't know. I think people think, oh yeah, if you want to be rich, you're going to be like a bad person. It's like, no, if I can be rich, I can help more people. I can allow more people to be rich. We can all do it together. And I think that's the crazy thing about stepping into the online space is that there's so many brands that want to work with you, no matter what niche you're in. There is so many opportunities of people that you could help. There is just an abundance that I can do the things that I need to do. When you're abundant, you're not hoarding anything. You're not thinking, okay, well, I need to save this amount of money. And I'm not saying that you spend all your cash. I'm just saying that people that are not abundant, and there's a lot of people out there, like, they're stingy. They're like, oh, money's never going to come. I have to save. I have to because money's never going to be there. But money is so abundant. It's everywhere. There's so much opportunity. You just have to make the opportunity. You have to be so open that there is going to be more. And when you're in an abundance mindset, you share more ideas. You show up more. You can you realize. Another thing that actually has made me feel abundant is that I'm currently dating like a really lovely, nice person. And I was thinking in my mind, and usually when I would be starting to date somebody, I would have a scarcity mindset. I'd be like, I have to do everything I can to keep them, like, I have to be the most perfect person for them so that they, I don't know, don't want to leave me. And now I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to be completely authentically me. And if they love me, they will. And if they don't, that's okay. And if we have this beautiful experience and it like carries on and it was just a season, then that is also okay. But what I thought is that even if this person is a really nice guy, there's so many other nice guys as well. There is so many other nice human beings out there. There's an abundance of nice people out there. We just choose to only focus on shit. And when you focus on shit, you become shit. And so I just thought to myself, I said, hey, if this doesn't work out and I'm not the one for him or whatever, and that, like, all is good, all is well for me, because I know that there's an abundance of nice people out there and they'll find me and I'll attract them. And that's okay. And the reason that I know that is because I'm a nice person, I'm kind, and I'm good. So that's also okay. It's also just you get so much more secure with yourself when you think like that, because you're not coming from a place of like anxiousness or avoidance or, this person's going to leave me. You just go, yeah, like there's an abundance of great people. You can be with me and enjoy this time we have together and see where it goes, or you can just go, because don't worry, I actually know that there's more people on this other side. If that's what life has shown me, life has shown me every single time I've let go of a person that wasn't serving me and wasn't right, God just brings the right people into my life. It's like, oh, I should have just changed my mindset. There's so many times where you think about someone for so long and they've hurt you and you're stuck in this like, why? Or like, I want to be with them, or I want to prove to them that I am a really good person. And it's like, man, I could have spent that energy just, one, healing, and then two, going and finding the person that actually properly appreciates me, rather than this person that doesn't. Yeah, that's also the abundance that you need to think about. You also stop hiding because you realize you're not afraid of missing out. Like missing out on opportunities or missing out on things, or, like when I first started my business, I took every opportunity I could because I thought I needed money. Like I need. But I was like, no, I'm just going to take opportunities that are correct for me and aligned with me and that feel right and go with that. And so what I've learned is that abundance is not about like money and financial things. It's really about this internal state that you have to be in. And I always think when I'm having a, moment of doubt about myself and about the work that I'm going to go into and the thing that I'm building, I just go, what does my higher self think? My higher self would be like, no, there's an abundance of opportunities. No, actually, you can do it. No, you need to shift that. And so I'm really training myself in those moments to just switch that rewiring of being like, no, there'll be more. I know. Oh, well, that didn't work out. There'll be more. There'll be more, or the reason for this is there's something else for it. And then also abundance will allow you to take action without certainty. You'll just show up without any results. Like, I don't even know if the business that I'm going to create is going to work. Who knows? For some reason, I feel so abundant that I think it is going to. I think God will help me. I think a lot of people will watch me and like it will happen. That's delusion. That's absolute delusion. But then also it's an abundance thing, because it's like, no, there's an abundance of opportunities. Why wouldn't it not work out? Why couldn't it not work out? Why do I need to think so negatively that it won't work out for me? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put myself in that abundance mindset. It starts internally. This is what I'm talking about. You just have to trust the process. That's what abundance is about. It's about trusting the process within yourself that it's going to work. And it will come. The results will come. The things will come. It might not come like how you expected it to or how you wanted it to and how the plan set it to, but it will come, because abundance is so funny. It will show you. It will show you if you allow it to. You have to be open to it. Truly, really open to abundance. And also, when I don't trust myself, when I'm not self-led, when I'm not putting, self-respect as the forefront of my decisions, I don't feel abundant. I don't feel good. When I don't take action and I sit there procrastinating and scrolling, and then I'm like, oh, well, see, it's not actually working. Oh, actually, it doesn't work. But when I'm doing the things that are supposed to be right for me and the things that are right for my business and taking more action, I'm like, oh, well, I actually feel in flow. I feel abundant. I feel aligned. And that's where that comes from. So sometimes you do need to just like push through that hard part of not quite feeling it. And then you'll feel it. It will happen. Just allow it to. And also abundance is also, if this does not work out for me, if nothing, I gave it my best shot and it doesn't work out for me, I'm going to be okay. I've had so many moments in my life where I've moved countries by myself. I packed up things by myself. I've done a lot of things where I've just gone, done, don't care, can do it again. And I've always just said to myself, I'm going to be all right. I actually don't care. I've started friendships over again. I've gone to cities where I had no friends, had 20 friend plus group by the end of it, met people very easily. And I've always just been like, I know I'll be okay. If I have to restart over, I have to go somewhere else, I'll be absolutely fine. I could do it. I know I can. So, and that's also the abundance of realizing there's there's more opportunities, more people to meet, there's more situations to be a part of. That's what abundance is. So stop thinking, if we were to kind of close this off, stop thinking in a scarcity mindset. There is an abundance of people to sell to. There is an abundance of money to be made. There is an abundance of opportunity to take on. There is, trust me, the bubble that you live in is not how small the world is. No, it's not how small the world is. You and your 5 fucking mates ain't how small the world is. The world is huge. There is an abundance. If you look outside, there is an abundance of leaves on the trees, right? So that's literally how the world works. If you just keep seeing it, you'll just keep seeing it more. You'll be like, oh yeah, there's trees there. There's more leaves there. Oh my God, I couldn't even count how many leaves are on that tree. That's like opportunities. How many stars are in the sky? Oh my God, thousands, think, guys, there is an abundance. We live in an abundant world. Just have more self-trust. Be visible. Sell without fear. And just create confidence within yourself. That is how you're going to create confidence, through action. Really think to yourself, the more action I take, the more God will look after me. Think about that, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's easy. The more action I take, the more the higher power, the higher intelligence will look after me. I know that. Think about it. Change your mindset. Change it. Because you deserve to have everything that you want. We all do. We are all deserving of everything we want. Anyway, I'm going to close this off. Hope you have a lovely day. Appreciate you all. See you later.